Hi everyone, JD Hoovener here, your host of the Bold Today Show, where you, the inventor, entrepreneur, or business owner, get your daily dose of inspiration so you can go out and make the world a better place. Happy Monday, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. This is part 6 of our series about what are you going to look at? What are your real options on moving forward with your patent application? So today we're going to talk about option number 1, which is no patent at all. It's like saying I'm not going to file. That is an option and we want to explore it. While I will say that if you've got something innovative and you want to make a market, block out the market share, you're going to want to file an application. But we need to explore all your options. And that's what I'm here to do today. It's explore the option of do nothing, no patent. So let's take a look at this in terms of 5 key areas, all right? Your time, money, investors, business risk, and future business growth, okay? So each of these categories, in terms of your time, all right? Your time and effort building a business is super important, right? You've put in time to perhaps build prototypes, build supply chains, market, sell the product. Now it's time to deliver it, right? All this effort you've built in, this goodwill you've put into your business, without protection in terms of patenting your new technology, someone else can just rip that off, okay? That is really painful. Someone else can just go do exactly what you're doing. Maybe they've got deeper pockets, right? Think Amazon, Facebook, Google, Microsoft, and they can go do whatever you're up to way faster, way quicker, and they've got some big suppliers overseas perhaps that can just bowl you over. Without having the protection for patenting, and this is kind of one of those obvious things, you're saying that, hey look, I am not willing to invest. I don't believe in my product enough that it's going to make that much of a difference in the market. And I don't think anyone else can do what I'm doing. That's a pretty lofty thing to say. You've got to be able to be truly a first mover in the market and be able to beat out the big dogs, some of those names I just mentioned. So that's the big time waster, okay? Now certainly in terms of money, if you put all your own money, or maybe you've got shareholders or investors' money that's going into your business, that is a large risk that investment in the business is not going to be beaten by a competitor that sees that you don't have any protection on your technology and they can also join in. There's another interesting case to look at when you look at the actual industry to see what kind of barriers there are to entry. For a lot of software, things that are just online, the barriers are actually quite low and competitors can just jump in, and if they see what you're doing, your first mover advantage is going to dissipate pretty quickly. Let's take a look at overall investors, right? When you go in front of investors and trying to seek money, seek funding, one of the very first things they ask is, do you have a patent on this technology? When you're bringing something to them, you're showing them something that they've probably never seen before, whether it's a new business method or a new product or a new service. How are you protecting this? How are you going to be the only one that's able to deliver this type of product to be able to lock in that market share? Without having a patented process or technology, it's a non-starter for a lot of investors. They're going to move on to the next person. Long-term business issues. Looking at the actual development of what's called a portfolio of a business, a true business of value, is one that someone or some entity is willing to purchase. And so it's very difficult to be able to show value when you are pre-revenue, for example, if you don't have anything like an IP asset. So having trademarks or patents behind your business name, all of a sudden now you can start to value your company at a much higher percentage and a much higher multiple than you could without it. So being able to value your company, being able to sell the company eventually and exit to benefit, of course, you as the business owner or any shareholders is a big opportunity. So that's the option of not patenting. While it certainly is an option, as you've probably heard through this recording, it's not really that viable. We're going to talk tomorrow about you filing it on your own, which also really isn't that great of an option, but it is certainly something to consider. So I'm your host, JD Hoovener. I hope you've learned a lot today. If you have, and you're a recurring listener to the Bold Today Show, and you think someone else might benefit from hearing this message, just forward the email to them. They'll be able to add themselves and join to the subscription from that point forward. It's been my pleasure being with you here today. Again, I'm your host, JD Hooven of the Bold Today Show. Have a great day, everybody. Go big, go bold.
Go big, go bold.